too, so that should be fun.
Yeah, we going live now.
Oh, we're live
Hey,
now.
yeah. I'm sorry.
I've never done this, so this is the first experience for me to do the YouTube live.
Yeah. Hey, how you guys doing? This is KLA, Clyde the Wanderer. Clyde ain't no angel. Clyde don't go against nature. And I have a special guest. Her name is Sugar the Emerald,
Hello,
and she's gonna
hello.
story, you know, how she became into mixed martial arts, fitness competitor, you know. So where you from? Like, if you don't mind me asking.
All right, well, I'm from Canada, from Toronto, but like background, I'm Jamaican. So like I was born in Jamaica, but I live in Canada.
Okay. What was it like living in Canada?
It's cold, not all the time. It's nice. It's all right. Canada is nice to live in. It's a
Oh,
nice place to visit, nice place to be. If you don't like the winter, then you won't like Canada, but I like it so far. I've been there
all
for
right.
most of my life. So,
How long you been there? I'm sorry.
pardon?
No,
30 years? I've been to Canada long. I've been in Canada a very
30
long time.
years?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Or wait, nah, I'm giving myself a lot there. I've been there 28 years. 28 years.
okay. Okay.
But I was born in Jamaica. So,
Oh, you ever been to Jamaica or you was just born there?
I was born there, been there. Of course, I have to go back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Would
I
you
lost
rather
it.
prefer, huh?
Pardon?
Would you rather prefer Jamaica or Canada?
Jamaica for the weather, Canada for everything else. Jamaica for the
Oh,
weather and the liveliness, the people, Canada for everything else.
oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I love Jamaica, but like it's too rowdy. Every day,
yeah,
every minute, someone's dying.
yeah. All I know is Rise Clyde boy.
Ross class, Ross class, pussy, pussy class.
That because I was, growing up, Jamaicans, was, like in my neighborhood and stuff like that. They in New York,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So it's like, you can say I got a lot, I got love for Jamaicans. My friends are Jamaicans and
yeah.
stuff. So
Have
yeah.
you ever been there?
New York?
No, Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica. Okay.
Have you been there? Have you
Oh, have
visited
I been?
Jamaica? Yeah, have
Oh,
you
nah, I never.
traveled to Jamaica?
Nah, I
No?
never. I never
Man,
been. No,
stop it. You're
nah, I
missing
never
out.
been there.
The Jamaicans in New York are not it's different. You gotta go to Jamaica to experience Jamaica. You gotta go
Okay.
there. Yeah, but a lot of Jamaicans go from Jamaica to New York. I know that. They leave Jamaica and go there. Yeah.
So,
Jamaica Queens.
let me put my headphone on, so just in case
No
this,
problem.
because this thing gonna act up a little bit. So, why don't you tell the viewers how you got started in fitness?
In fitness,
Yeah.
well, I've started doing fitness at a young age. It wasn't even fitness, like pretty much. I grew up an athlete, so I started track and field in grade three, and I did track and field up until grade 11, 12. In that same aspect of time, I did soccer, basketball, volleyball. I did in college. I played rugby in college. I did Greco-Roman wrestling in high school for 2 years. Like I've been just fitness has been a part of my life for a long time. It's just a few years ago I actually started taking it seriously. Actually dedicating my life to it. I got my certification as a personal trainer. I am now a child coach. I can coach the elderly. I have certifications in a lot of areas when it comes to fitness because I felt like working out is one thing, but actually knowing the science behind it is another. You know what I mean? To,
Right.
to actually become an expert at fitness or become someone that's renowned for it or an influencer in it, you have to step out of your comfort zone and kind of learn other things, right? So that's what I did. In the last 2 years, I've actually dedicated myself into getting certified in other fields, other areas of fitness other than personal training or training, you know, athletes. So now I can train elderly children. And that's what I really like, just being able to help people. And that's why I actually
Yeah.
started fitness. That's why I actually went from training myself to wanting to train other people.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So you train like elderly people. How is that like?
Training like people, one the personal training one-on-one is actually fun. It's fun. The clients are all
Okay.
interesting. They're all different. They all have different goals and needs. Like, um, I never go into a new training wanting to give someone that the training that someone else has. It's like I'll never give you a cookie cutter training plan because like what works for someone else might not work for you. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
I actually enjoy um, being able to create programs that are individualized specifically for that
Right.
person.
Right. So this is my other question. How you get into being a session wrestler?
Honestly, that's a long story. So I started doing like actually I didn't even start in sessions. I actually started this path actually a straight production. So I was a fitness model, and then I went into fitness modeling, like more tried to put out myself out there more as a fitness model rather than lingerie and all that stuff. And
Right.
um, I was on a website, and someone actually contacted me. The owners of scissorfox.com actually contacted me one year. This was years ago. This was probably when I was 21, 22, like, still really young. And they were like, hey, would you be interested? Like, we see you're really fit, you're strong. Would you be interested in doing some of this? And I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. I've never seen it, never experienced it, didn't know what it was. I was just like, what? They're like, oh, well, we'll show you some footage. We'll show you what it is. Like, would you be down? And I saw the footage, I saw some pictures, and I was like, cool, why not? Like, sure. Like, I'll try it. I'm an Aries. I like to try things. I like to try things once. I will try them once. If I don't like it, I know. If I like it, I know I like it. So I tried it. I went in with an open mind, and it was fun as hell. It was so funny. It was fun. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it, but I enjoyed it so much that pretty much afterwards, I didn't even know that there was a thing called. I didn't know about sessions. I didn't know that people did them. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was a thing. I'm from Canada, like I said. In Canada, it's not a big thing. There's
Right.
there's not a lot of people that know about it, and if you know about it, it's because you searched and you are a fan, or you have
Yeah.
a niche for it, or your fetish, you like it. So
Yeah.
for me, for the first few years, I honestly like I didn't really know anything about it. I did my work with Sister Session with SisterFox.com. I didn't even know I had fans until probably like 3 years ago. I didn't. I was a girl that I would work. I did the work, but I never really followed up with the fan base and stuff. I didn't know there was a fan base for it. I got booked for
Yeah.
something. Pretty much, this is how it went. I got booked for something. I I showed up for the job. I did the job really well, and I moved on. I didn't think anything of it. They asked me to do another one. Did it. I moved on. And didn't hear from them for a while. Um, it was actually the guy that was in the scissorfox.com video, the last one I did. He's the one that let me know about Session Girls. He said, "Hey, like, are you on Session Girls?" I was like, "What is that? What are you talking about?" He explained it to me, but I never ever followed up with it until I met Tapered. I met Tapered Physique. She's really, really big in this industry, and she's the one that actually schooled me on the Session Girl. She schooled me on how to sign up, what I need to do, how I need to make my stuff. And I just went for it. And from that day, I've just been doing sessions. I do a lot of content more than sessions. I do a lot of content shoots. That's why I'm here in Philly, because in Toronto, it's really hard to find people to do this stuff with. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I have no girl. Like, I'm the only, like, to me, I've never seen any other black girl on there that does what I do from Canada.
Right.
I
Right.
literally am the only international Canadian on there, that black,
Right.
the black international Canadian on there. And it kind of
Right.
like, it ran me down a little bit because I was really hyped about it, being hyped. Like, I met all these people that are really good with it. They travel, Taper, Bianca, VV Lane, they all do really well. So I
Yeah.
didn't understand why I wasn't doing well. Do you know what I mean? I didn't understand it. And then I realized, hey, duh, I'm in Canada. No one even cares for this. And if they do care for it, they don't even know I exist.
Right.
So I had to break out of my shell, and this is me breaking out of my shell right now, pretty much. Just going forward and to get out there more, because I don't feel like everyone knows
Yeah.
me. Like, not a lot of people know who I am in this world, in the
Right.
scissor world or the session world. So I definitely, this year is that year for me, 2023.
Yeah. Yeah. I stumbled across you on IG. Like, I think I went to Scissor Fox, and I seen like Vivi Lane and stuff. I just recently kind of discovered them, and I kind of was like interviewing a couple of women that involved with that and stuff. But I noticed that a lot of women, like a lot of wrestling sessions, a lot of wrestling sessions, a lot of session wrestlers, they're very busy and stuff. So it's kind of not easy. Like how many clients do you see like doing this? Like,
It depends. Like, I'm new to this, so you asking me compared to asking Vivi Lane or Tapered or Bianca or Leia,
right?
if you ask those girls, they're gonna tell you some ridiculous number because they've been doing this for a long time and they have a lot of fans. So
You
like,
just recent oh you just I'm sorry, you just recently started doing it,
yeah,
like how
like
recent, like we talking about
like this year, last year was when I started.
last year? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
where
wow, I
they're
didn't
vets,
know.
right? A lot of the girls that I wrestle with or fight with, they're vets. They've been in this for long. They have hundreds, thousands of videos. They have hundreds of thousands of fans. They have a name out there. I'm literally new. Like, I'm not new, but I'm new enough that not a lot of people know me. I'm still getting new. I'm still being searched. Like, who is she? What does she do? So
Yeah,
that's
we
one
we
part
have
of
a
the show.
comment. We have a comment. All the
So
rage George Page. Quite a few bodybuilders do sessions. It's a big fetish in um
what's
women's
that?
bodybuilding.
Oh, see, like, I didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
And it's
He makes
just,
content too.
yeah.
He interviews. Yeah, he
All the rage,
interviews
George.
people.
Hi, art, all the rage, George.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like, I learned that from Tapered. Tapered is the one, like I said, she schooled me. I didn't know it was a big thing until I had someone that was in it talk to me about it and break it down to me, you know, and show me, like, hey, there's this site, there's this, there's the Iron Maidens, there's. I was like, what the heck? I was like, what? This shit exists? Oh my god! Show me more. So it kind of just opened the door, and I told myself this year, 2023, that I was I was just gonna go for it.
Mhm. So I
Yeah,
seen you like in the videos. Like I seen you in a video where you had this guy in a scissor hold and stuff, and then you
the
was covering
first.
his face and
Oh yeah,
stuff
covered.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, I was like,
that's all real.
in a way, yeah. I'm like, how did that guy how did that guy feel after that? Like, did he pass out? Did you get him pass out?
Oh
Like,
yeah, like that one. I got him to knock out a few times. I think I've over 7 times in that day. We did that. I think four shoots. We did four like recordings, four shoots, and he probably passed out about 7 times. It was ridiculous. By the end of it, we had to we had to start doing like soft holds because I'm an athlete. I know concussions. I know being put to sleep is not good for the mental. Like, it's not good for for in the long run. So we were just
yeah,
like, yeah, we're just gonna take it easy for the last shot. because he was like he was spinning, head spinning.
Yeah,
But they
I
enjoy
can
it.
imagine.
It's crazy. They enjoy it.
Yeah,
Like even though um the director would be like, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna take it easy." They'll be like, "Yeah, no, 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 just keep going, just keep going." So it's like I find it hilarious to find the guys that are
yeah.
they want to be knocked out, they want to be put to sleep, they physically.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I always had fantasies about that. Like, cause I would watch like mixed wrestling and stuff like that. You could say it gets me around by seeing that, like a
Yeah,
woman on top of a guy and stuff like that. And I would download videos a bit and stuff. You know, and I would kind of have like this fantasy about it, like but sometimes it's like you don't know like what you gonna get into,
yeah. You don't
what
know
you
what you're
gonna
stepping into. Some people don't. They step in there like
yeah,
I can do this, and then they get crushed.
yeah,
All
like
from
I
experience.
mean it would just have to be real exotic or something because
Yeah.
I
So like
see certain things in it.
there's different. Okay.
Now go ahead.
There's different ways to do it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, like
Right.
being a dom, like, there's different types of doms. There's ones that are like sadistic. There's ones that do the BDSM. There's ones that like tie you up, step on your ball, do the balls busting. But like,
That's extreme. That's
exactly,
extreme.
exactly. So for me, like, my name is Sugar. Like, my name is Sugar. I'm a sweetheart,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I do know how to be very sadistic. I do know how to inflict pain. And I think that's what my clients like. They like the fact that I'm not just dark. I'm not dark and always like I don't ignore what they're saying to me either. There's some
Yeah.
there's some doms that and fighters. There's some fighters that ignore if a guy says stop, if a guy says it hurts, if a guy says no more. They ignore that. They're like, I don't hear you. I don't see you. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to hurt you more. Whereas
The wrestlers,
oh yeah, there's some
the
girls that
other wrestlers.
full blown. They will fuck you up. They will mess with a guy. They don't.
Mm.
But with me, like if you tell me to stop, if you say hold on or give me a second, I'll know it's real. I'm going to stop. My intention is not to.
Yeah.
My intention is not to um not want you to come back. My intention is not to hurt you
Right.
so that you know what I mean or cause discomfort whereas you're not enjoying it.
Right.
My whole purpose is you enjoy this so you come back so that you like you know what I mean? I'm never
Right.
willing to hurt someone like that unless that's
Right.
what you want.
It's a limit to me, like but
There is
it's
honestly there's a limit to everything, but some people like to step over those limits, and I don't like
yeah,
to step over them. Like I will keep I like the safety of it,
yeah.
but I also don't want to
You
get
get
hurt.
yeah, you got all the rage George Page. Hey Miss Sugar, you sure purity.
Thank you, all the rage. Thank you.
And then you got protein wrestling. Where
Hey,
are you traveling at
protein.
after Philadelphia?
I'm
I
going
had them.
to I'm going to New Jersey after Philadelphia. I'm going to Secaucus, so I'll be in Secaucus tomorrow. Um, I'll actually be shooting for Protein Wrestling tomorrow. I'll be shooting with CJ Films, and I'll be shooting with I forgot the other person's name, and so I think so. We have like
So
a bunch of shoots tomorrow.
yeah. So you're always busy, during the week, or
No, so like in Toronto, it's different. Like I'm a mom. I have a 7-year-old. I don't really like share him around the. I don't really show him on social media, but
right,
I have a son. Like I'm 24. Like normally I'm at home with my child. Like I balance it. So I have my boxing training. I do boxing. Um,
right,
I'm training for that. So I have my coach that's waiting for me to come back to Toronto right now.
yeah,
And then I'm a full-time mom, and then I do personal training. Like I have my online site, basiclabs.com, that I launched this year. I launched at the end of last year. I have a boot camp that I'm trying to get going in Toronto. So it's a bit like I have a full-time life schedule, but in the middle of that, I definitely do try to. This is a part of my income source, so I definitely do book fights. Um, if any production companies like Protein Wrestling wants content, we make sure we get it done from overseas. I might not, because this is my first tour, so
Right.
um, definitely going to be doing more. Going to be touring in March. I'm planning to go um, to Texas in hopefully July. So I'm just, this year is that year of pretty much making a name for myself more than the name that I have, because scissoring is not
Okay.
all that I do, you know. So definitely want to be known for more than just that.
Okay. All the rage George Page.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mixed oil wrestling would give me a tent pole.
Well, I actually can't. I'm looking forward to the oil wrestling. I'm like so excited for it. When they asked me if I wanted to do it, I was like, what? I was like, what? Hell yeah!
Yeah, I think we have a guest here. We got we got him here. All the way George Page.
Hi. I always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, aka the Emperor of Wrestling Talk, aka the Emperor of WWE Talk, aka the Pervy Sage, aka the Joker. And also I am my lady. I am Lord the Wall, Commander of the North, Protector of all things great.
Hi,
Hello, and how you? Yeah.
it's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, lovely lady. And like I said, you've been doing this for about a year or two.
So like the scissor fox, the scissoring stuff, I've been doing for I was like 21, but the sessioning I've been doing for a year now. Yeah, it's pretty much just my first year was last year. I started in about April, so it's not even been a year. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So
Hmm.
9 months.
Hmm. And like I said, you were in fitness when you were competitive. Or you just was modeling mostly.
I was just personal trainer. I did Olympic lifting, so I was in training for Olympic lifting. I didn't go full because I want to, like this year, I'm actually training boxing. Like I'm training in boxing to get better with my hands, but I'm
Mhm.
also training to drop weight so that I can eventually make it for the Olympia, because that's my goal. Like my goal is to be Miss Olympia, because I feel it's where I want to say this. I don't really care if anyone takes it away. I just feel like the face of Miss Olympia needs to change, because I've seen girls go on there that should be Miss Olympia, and then the same girl that wins the year before, the girl that wins the year before, she's the same one that wins. And I'm like, your body doesn't look better than the second place or third place winner, but yet
Oh
you're
yeah.
getting the title because you're the white face, you're the girl, the face of the Olympia. They don't want to change the face.
I know you're talking about like the white face part where you
Yeah,
can't
I
slip.
don't like that. I
Yeah.
don't like it because at
Which
the end of the day,
which division are
sorry,
you considering? Go ahead. Which division are you considering if you want to compete?
physique.
Physique, that's a tough one. Yeah, like I said, those women are very.
Yeah.
Are like if you look at divisions, I do
Yeah,
constantly.
they're like really,
Yeah,
really, really good.
it's
Really,
really right now. I'm talking with a lady who competes in physique. She just did a show. She did Olympia last month, and yeah, and those divisions are really starting. Bodybuilding and physique starting to meld each other.
yeah.
I maybe just my personal thing. Maybe figure
Oh,
might
figure. Yeah,
be
sorry, I said the wrong
yeah
thing. I
yeah
said the
figure
wrong
because
thing.
yeah because
Figure is what I want to go for.
yeah
Figure,
because
not
yeah that's
physique.
yeah
I
because you
said the
gotta
wrong thing.
even those are starting to meld into one another. If you look at some of the girls.
They're meshing a little bit. They are. I see what you mean. Like I know what you're saying. Um, someone told me that like I shouldn't be natural, because I am natural. Like I'm a natural. If I go into that, I'm natural. I haven't taken steroids. I haven't taken what's called male testosterone
It's
blockers or whatever.
testosterone. Yeah.
I haven't. The only thing I take right now I use in my life is pre-workout.
Hmm. That's good.
Um, I use pre-workout. I've never been on fat burners. I've never gone on diet pills. I have a high allergy problem, like meaning like if it's not natural, my body reacts to it weird. Like I
Right.
will go to the hospital. I've been in anaphylactic shock from vitamins.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I don't like meddling with
Your body chemistry.
substances. I don't like it. I feel like as a black woman, as just being black, I can achieve that body. I can achieve that body that these girls go and get that go and take supplements for. I can do that with if given the right if I dedicate the right time to it and do the right and get the right coaching, I can do what they do in no time. I can get that body. It's
Hmm.
just dedication. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I need to take steroids and fuck with my body. I really don't.
Mm.
And there's
You could
people
do
on there that
natural
might,
bodybuilding.
yeah, like I'm natural. I'm not even there yet. This is just me now. I just started. But imagine me in a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
Imagine me in a
Right.
year,
yeah,
right?
that's yeah. You gotta be persistent with that because it's tough because the girls who are taking the testosterone, who's taking the peds, they're the ones who are getting more of the push because they bring something and what the judges want to see, and the criteria keeps changing. When
Yeah,
figures started, it was more like it was an offshoot of another division called fitness. If you know what fitness is,
yeah,
and those girls were more came from bodybuilding because the fact was those girls didn't push that level. They want
yeah.
to sacrifice their femininity. But
Facts.
like anything, everything starts evolving. It starts changing.
Yeah,
Physique was brought in because the women bodybuilding were getting too muscular and too harsh for the opinion.
manly.
Yeah,
Too
but
manly.
now if you look at physique, that division is just getting like that. Everything's changing.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
I've realized that over the years. I think that's one of the reasons I didn't jump into. I was gonna do this. I was gonna start the process years ago for the Olympia, but then I saw the change. I saw that shift, and I was like, why are the physique girls getting so big? I was just like, why is everyone getting so? Everyone looks the same. Like the bodybuilders and the physique, and they all look huge. They just hard body. And I was like, wait, what happened to like that naturally, like the feminine part of the aspects of it? It's like it's getting taken right out. And I want to keep that. And it's weird to say this, or maybe it's not, but I want to keep the feminine part of that aspect of the fitness competitions where I am still, my face still looks like a woman. My
Mm.
ass still looks like a woman's. My abs are nice, but they're not boxed like a man. Like I still have a curve to my body. I don't want to lose that. I don't feel like I should have to do that. It's if this is a physique competition or uh, something that's something natural, I should still have a natural woman's appeal. So I don't like the fact that that's getting taken out.
Did you ever thought about having a coach or anything
Pardon?
like that? You ever
What did you
thought
say?
about
Sorry.
having like a coach, a
Yes.
bodybuilding coach?
Yeah, so that's this year. This year is that. Like I never I've talked to people, I've talked to coaches. Coaches have talked to me. I've have coaches that have shown interest. Um, most of them are always never in Canada. Like that's honestly why I haven't
Mm.
gotten a coach. It's either they're in Vancouver, which is Canada, but it's far. Like Vancouver is on the other
Okay.
side of freaking Canada.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or Atlanta, DC. I'm like, guys, I'm in Toronto. I would have
Mm.
to like that. So that's why this year I took the chance, the leap, not the chance, the leap of getting out there. I said if I'm going to do this, I have to travel. Every girl that I've spoken to that does the competitions, that does fitness, that does sessions, they travel. They don't sit still. They're on the go constantly. So I realized if I'm going to do this, I have to make a change. And one of the changes I need to do is to get out and meet people that are in the field that I'm doing in, or in the field that I'm interested in being in.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Because like anything
What's your?
you
Oh,
go ahead. No,
go ahead, George. Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
like anything,
Okay.
like I say, you want to get to that next level, yeah, you have to be able to travel, be able to do it. Sometimes you can't sit still. Like one of my favorite quotes from the movie Rocky, you got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, it's facts. I like Rocky. But even that with that said, like I had to prioritize. So it's not that like I didn't want to do it. It's my son's 7 years old. I have to make sure I prioritize my life to make sure that I'm not chasing money. You know, this is not just a money run for me. Like I actually
Right.
enjoy doing this stuff. I actually feel like I have a big passion in it. Whereas some girls, it maybe is just for the money, but I actually enjoy the physicality of it. You know, like my goal is not just to do this and then stop. If I could potentially get a match with MMA in mixed martial arts, if I can get on the UFC, if I can get in the WWE, if I can get into the EWE, if I can get anywhere where that's where I want to be. If you guys understand, like I don't want to just be on the ground. I don't want to just be known on many vids, and I literally want my name to be crossed on boards. That's my goal.
Hmm.
Like that's my goal.
Well, I've done
Are you
interviews
a
with
single mother?
Go ahead.
I am, yes, I'm
Are
a
you?
single mom. I'm
Oh,
a single
okay.
mom.
Okay.
My son is with his grandparents right now, my mom and
Oh,
dad.
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
I've done interviews with women in MMA and mixed martial arts. It's tough. You gotta
it
be
is
well
definitely
rounded. Yeah, you gotta be well rounded. You know,
oh yeah,
your BJJ. You have also your boxing. Your striking is gonna be different compared to boxing.
yeah, oh yeah.
Because and also you have to be very multi-talented. Just one lady who I'm a fan of is Valentina Shevchenko. You ever heard of her? And you ever heard of her?
What's her name? Sorry,
Nah, I ain't never
Valentina
heard.
Valentina Shevchenko.
Valentino.
Valentina.
Valentina. Is she like big?
No. She's all you gotta do is she's a strawweight champion over in UFC, and
Okay.
she's been a dominant champion since she's won a
Oh
title.
yeah. Okay.
Everybody's
I know
scared
what
to
you're
fight
talking
her
about. Yeah.
because
She's a beast. She's not big, but she's really she's been doing she's been fighting from she was a child.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
like
that's
Mm.
yeah she's like best way to describe her.
Oh, I know who you talking about.
Yeah, best
My
way.
okay,
bad.
so like I
Yeah.
have my opinion on those too. Like so I consider myself an underdog to in any circumstance. I'm the underdog. I'm not the girl that trained from I was in diapers. My dad didn't have a gym in my backyard. I didn't have someone egging me on. I'm the underdog. I didn't have support doing any of the things I did. Like the sports I did, all the sports I did growing up, I did those because I wanted to. I didn't have a mom and dad. My mom and dad, even though they're still together and I love my mom and dad and they're my mom and dad, they never supported me in any of those things. I didn't have someone watching me play sports. I did that shit by myself. My coaches watched me. I didn't even have my brothers and sisters come to watch me play because my dad was a real Jamaican, like strict. Do as I say, not as I do. I'll bust your ass, bomber clad, come on, pussy clad, broken neck. My dad is like a raw. So like when I started sports, I was young. I was in grade. I was like 8 years old, 9. I said I want to sign up for the track team. I want to be in soccer. My dad was like, hell no. Do you know what I did? I signed up for soccer and I signed up for track and field and I got my ass bust. And I went to track and field and I went to soccer and I got my ass bust. And I kept going to soccer and track and field and basketball and everything else. And you know what happened? I got my ass bust up until high school, until my dad realized, oh shit, she's never gonna stop. You know what my dad said to me? All right, I'm gonna stop beating you. I'm gonna stop beating you, but you better keep bringing home gold medals and silver. But me no want to no no third. My dad was serious. He's like, me no want to no third place. I don't. If you don't place, don't come home. That's what my dad said to me. If you don't place, don't come home. Me no want to see you. So that's what it turned into. So, so like I was my support system
Oh yeah,
all
he
my
made sure
whole
you.
life in this
He,
stuff.
yeah, you didn't win enough. You can't come home. It's like,
Yeah,
God,
my dad was real. My dad was so raw. Like, you don't want to listen to me now? You're going to do this? All right, you better come home with gold medal because I'm getting tired of beating you and I'm getting tired of getting beat. Like, everyone asks me, like girls meet me right now and they're like, yo, like, you think you're a softie. My name is Sugar, whatever. Like, you can punch me in my face and I'll look at you like, okay, what's up? You can slap me
yeah,
in my face and I'll be like, okay, come, cool, do it again. I've
yeah.
been dummy. Like I've played rugby. Like, do you know what it feels like to play rugby and get pummeled, like physically pummeled by big ass
I never
girls?
played rugby.
Well,
Yeah,
I,
like I played rugby.
I,
There's no equipment. It's not like football where you have a helmet and cleats and padding. No.
well, Well, I played football, and sometimes even with the piece and cladding, it hurts.
It
Especially
hurts.
though
No, it
if
hurts.
they
I
hit
know.
you in the part where it's not where you have the pads, especially on the midsection. That does hurt.
It hurts. So
Yeah,
imagine having no
it is.
padding and playing rugby. I'm getting like
Mm.
I've gotten used to from I was a little kid. Physical, compact. Like physicality for me. Like I might not go out and beat anybody up and do all that stuff, but I know I can take a hit. I know what it feels like to get hit multiple times. I know what it feels like to get beat. The first fights I've ever been to in my life were with guys. I don't know. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Guys always wanted to like. Oh, you think you're big and I don't think I'm big and bad, but if you want to test me, I will fight you. Like, if you're a guy, like that's how I feel. If a guy thinks that he could put his hands on a girl and the girl is not going to back down, I'm that girl. I'm that
How
girl.
do you feel when? Oh, how do you feel when guys challenge you?
Oh,
Like
I
in
laugh.
us.
I think it's hilarious. I laugh because like I'm not the strong like I know myself. I'm never gonna say I'm the best out there. I'm the shit. Like I can kick this girl's ass because I don't know. And some of those girls come from experience levels that will outshine me. Do you understand? They have they're technical. Whereas like I'm still learning technique. That's why I'm taking my box. That's why I have a boxing coach now. That's why I have a kickboxing coach. And that's why I have a grappling coach. Because in order for me to be good and become the greatest or become a great, I need the right coaches. And I was tired
Right.
of doing it by myself. Literally 2 years, like this is last year was the first year I actually have a coach, like someone that says, hey, like I'm doing this for you. I believe in you.
Hmm.
The other
Hmm.
years, it was me training myself. I went on YouTube. I bought a Everlast punching bag too. I bought the punching pads. I got the gloves. I got my MMA gloves, my boxing gloves. I got my wraps. I have my straps. I got that shit because I said, you know what? No one's gonna do this for me. I'm gonna do it for myself. Do you know how
Mm.
I started training myself? I started looking up fights. I started looking up coaching videos online myself and going to watch this shit and doing this shit in my living room. If I show you, if I was home right now, not on tour, I'd show you guys my house. My house is a gym. My living room is a gym.
Yeah, I seen your stuff. I
Yeah,
seen your stuff like pictures of you, like doing Muay Thai.
yeah, like that's my
How
house. I do that in my house.
yeah,
Muay Thai I took for a year and a half. That's the only reason I know some stuff. I took MMA, like mixed martial arts, for a year and a half too. It was mixed martial arts. It was Greco-Roman wrestling for 2 years. Then I went straight into mixed martial arts for a year and a half. Then my coach got scouted to Brazil. My coach was an actual, like the person that was teaching me was an actual
right.
fighter. So he got scouted. He left. So I never had a coach anymore. So I went from there to Muay Thai. I was like, yo, I want to learn Muay Thai. Muay Thai is sick. Let me go into this. I started dabbling in that for a little bit. And then I just literally, so for me, I'm a dabbler. I said, I want to learn this skill, this skill, this skill. Because I feel to be a great fighter, it's not just one skill set. If you can master all the skill sets, you're an amazing fighter. If you can do Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, Udo, you know what I mean? Karate, that's what sets you apart from just an MMA, just a boxer,
Hmm.
just a Muay Thai
How
fighter.
do you how do you master like these martial arts when you like, taking like bits and pieces, or are you taking bits and pieces, or you just really like focusing
No,
and
you take
studying?
you focus you're taking bits and pieces, but you're also mastering those bits and pieces. Do you understand what I mean? Like
You
you're not just going there and saying, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna try that. Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna try that." No, it's okay. I'm gonna learn why this technique is good. Incorporate it in my next, like incorporate it into my routine. Try to figure out how this. Say for example, so I will try to figure out how my Muay Thai skills and my wrestling skills go hand in hand. For example, like I watch a lot of UFC, MMA, like fighting, the octagon, all those shit. There's southpaw boxers. There's like left, like I'll be dumb it down. There's the left-handed boxers and the right-handed boxers, and then there's the boxers that are both. I'm a both. I don't do just left and I don't do just right. I can switch. So for the person that only knows how to box southpaw, they're gonna have difficulty with me. For the person that only knows how to box this, they're gonna have difficulty with me because they don't realize I know how to switch. I'm not just a fighter. Like if you're someone that only knows how to wrestle, then you're gonna have a hard time with me because I don't know just how to wrestle. I know how to wrestle, but I know how to go from a wrestler to a boxer. Because I know if I step into a ring with a boxer with my wrestling skills and only my wrestling skills, I might have a hard time just with that boxer. Do you know what I mean? Like my skills alone against that boxers might not be good because wrestling is a close sport. Whereas boxing you can fight from far away. You can lean in, you can come in. Wrestling you can't. Wrestling you gotta dive in. You gotta take the person down. You gotta maneuver them to the ground. It's not a standing up sport. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's why I like MMA because MMA is or not even MMA. That's why I like the UFC. The UFC is a mix of all. It's not just one. It's all aspects of fighting that's in the UFC. And to become to be a good UFC fighter or a great UFC fighter, you have to have more than one skill set. You could be master of this, but your skill set level is up here. You know what I mean? A lot of the fighters, women
Right.
and men, a lot of the fighters in UFC, even in boxing, if you realize, a lot of boxers go into UFC after to try it. They go over. They've tried it. They either know they're good at it, realize, oh shit, no, I stepped over I this is not for me, and they go back to boxing.
Well, well, one thing I see quite often is a lot of women from boxing go over to MMA. Clarissa Shields, Amanda Serrano. There was one point Tanya, Heather Hardy. She did it for a minute, and sometimes because the money's a little more lucrative for women in MMA compared to boxing.
Yeah.
Remember, boxer by the name of Ann Wolf Brown Sugar. She
Yeah,
told,
animal,
yeah,
animal.
she did an interview where she said that one time she fought a fight. They only paid her $1. And I interviewed a lady who's been both in the boxing world and in the MMA world, in boxing and in martial arts, and that is Lady Cheetah Frida Gibbs, and that's a legend. She was one of the first black women to win in kickboxing. She beat a woman that I think she was French or somewhere. She beat her. That's right back by the '90s, and then after a while, she went over to boxing. She did pretty good for a while, but then she had some struggles, and then she retired and focused on acting.
Yeah,
And with MMA, UFC is just not the only organization. It's the big organization you want to get to, but you have to grind a lot of years in small organizations. You have to hope they see you. You have to even have a winning record, and then you can try to say like companies like Invicta. Invicta has a thing coming up in a couple in like Wednesday. Invicta's one of those was is the only all women's organization.
yeah,
And they usually used to pick women from that organization. There's LFA. There's also Bellator. That's like second biggest.
yeah. Bellator. I've heard
Yeah,
that.
and sometimes I know I didn't even relate to they grind for a long time before they even get noticed.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like because okay, the part of the female fighting, like I on it, like it's not just fighting, it's the athletic the industry. Women are never put on the same pedestal as men when it comes to physicality in sports. We are always other than if we're playing tennis, swimming,
Serena, I love Serena.
gymnastics,
Oh, Serena,
like the very flamboyant sports. It's like, but when we decide to do male dominant sport, we are not look. We have to fight harder to get our names recognized. Basketball, women's basketball, WNBA. That's the biggest example.
Mhm.
Amazing ass women, amazing players. They will never, ever, 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 ever make as much as an NBA player, ever.
You
Even
know, I
if
heard
it's skill set. is good.
Yeah.
So like I hope, like I'm hoping, and I will be if I have to be the writer, the face of this to make the UFC and all these people realize that we're not just fucking females that are strong. We're not out here just being the. We're not doing this for no reason. If you guys don't recognize
Right.
us, people, we're gonna make you. We're gonna force you guys to notice that we're not just, because that's what it is. We're not just, and we deserve to get paid just like the males that go in there and fuck guys up.
Yeah. The hard part
I
about this is
want.
that. Oh, we gonna say.
Nah, I was gonna kind of like I tell her about like the reason why WBA don't get as much as the NBA because I think it's more of like the fans like
Oh yeah, no, I
the
know. I was just
NBA.
using them as an
Yeah.
example, but the WNBA, I
uh,
understand. I honestly know why they don't make as much. It is the fans. Like, so yeah, well, we're females, right?
right,
What do females look at
Men.
majority of the time? Even if they're gay, bi, they look at males. They
Hmm.
look at males, masculine, right? So I understand why the WNBA is not as strong as the NBA. I got over that, but like I know that we, even females, like even we could make the sport better by supporting it more. But the fact is, I'm sorry, I like to see men jump.
Hmm.
Most women like to see men jump, and men like
yeah,
sports. And men are competitive, so men will go and watch a man play because he knows that he's gonna get what he wants out of that. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Men would rather watch women play other things than basketball. They feel like basketball is a predominantly male sport, which I understand.
right,
Hmm.
Like I get it, I understand it. There's some niches that are women are better at than and that men are better at. You know, everyone has their lane.
Hmm.
But I feel like with the fighting, I'm sorry, there's some girls that will knock guys out. In Japan, Korea, their cage fights, their mixed martial arts fights, their ultimate. Oh, I'm sorry, I've seen some
I
girls.
want to ask you. I want to ask you how do you not? I don't even know if I should say it, but like,
Go
how
ahead and
would
say it. Go
you
say
go
it.
against a
It's too late.
transgender? Would you would you go up against a transgender?
Oh hell, fucking yeah! I'd beat the fucking ass down because a lot of them think that they can beat up women. They think that they're stronger than women, more confident than women. Blah 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 blah.
I'm going to have to digest that. You have to be careful because even though they're trying to be as women,
They're still men.
they
They're
still have
still
men.
men.
And even if you are trained, if he's trained just as much, you can't forget this.
Oh, of course. Right.
Men still have the advantage of
Of course.
testosterone and
See, like,
strength.
I know that.
Yeah, that's the
I
danger
will
about.
never, I will never say I am. Like I've had guys test me. Like I've had guys that like, oh, you think that you're a man? I've had guys get into fights with me because I'm trying to stop fights. You understand what I mean? I'm more of a lover than a fighter in real life. Meaning, if I see somebody getting in a fight on the road, I'm gonna try to stop it, not jump in.
Mm.
You know. But guys, when they see girls with muscles, they're like, "Oh, you think you're strong? You think you're big and bad? You think you're a guy? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna treat you like a guy." And I'm looking at them like, I never said I was a guy,
Yeah.
nor did I ever try to depict myself as a guy.
Mhm.
But are you a man? This is how I answer them. You're a man, right? Oh, you're willing to hit a girl, right? Oh yeah, you think you're a man, so I'm gonna hit a girl. I'm gonna treat you like a man, but I'm not trying to act like a man, right? But you want to treat me like one, all right? Come try me. If that's the case, like I don't back down. I'm not gonna back down. Whether I have to prove myself, whether I get my ass bust. If I have to show a man that a girl will bruise him up, he's gonna leave that fight bruised up. I might not have won, but he's gonna regret the fuck that he did it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with some men. They
You
they,
know?
they, they, they might just scoop you up and just wham, that's over. Because when I was a kid, we used to wrestle. I'm country boy. We wrestle. And I used to like to wrestle with girls. And when I got older and girls starting to develop, and I started developing, I just didn't wrestle just for violence. I wrestled for maybe Copperfield or something like
Yeah.
that. Especially if she got big boobs and a fat old booty. And then you talk about boxing. Here's the thing. If I have to fight you, you smell good. I'm gonna be this DQ for excessive holding. So,
Yeah,
but like I said, with this about the thing about like I said, with my content making, I see a lot of similarities between bodybuilding and women in MMA. They don't get
Yeah,
much recognition. They are sweet second class, not much money. Like if you go, if you ever do become a pro level bodybuilder, if you look at the last Olympia, the new Miss Olympia, Heidi Chopin,
yeah,
he walked away with $400,000. That's nearly half a
yeah,
million. While the current Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw, she walks away with nearly just $50,000.
yeah,
And the thing is that sport is that's one of the few sports where the men and if you ever know about the pimping lifestyle are the bottom bitches.
yeah.
They're the ones who bring in the money. And only way some women can make money is in the fetish. And even that fetish in, the guys still make more money because the fan base between men and women in bodybuilding is that the men fan base is mostly guys who are fan of male bodybuilders and
Yeah.
guys who are gay who's a fan of male bodybuilders. I got a friend, he's a physique competitor. He often gets proposition with guys, gay dudes on DM. But like I said, women, you go through a lot. You have to be recognition. You want to respect. But it's hard because society is not ready for women to be in such
No,
masculine
no, they're
sport.
not. Like the Amazon, like I call it the Amazon culture. That's why my name is Sugar the Amazon, because um, back in the day there was strong women. Like strong women were looked up on. Like I really feel like in history there was the race of Amazons that ran shit that were way stronger than man. They were. Like, I I look at myself like I'm an Amazon. Like I want to depict the strength in women because I feel like for eons we've been depicted as weak and feeble, and that we can't take care of ourselves,
Mhm.
and we need a man to do everything for us. And that's not the case. That's not the case. Like I love men, meaning I like
Right.
masculinity. I like a masculine man. So what I mean by that is I'm a dom. Like, I'm very dominant. I'm very dominant, but I would like a dominant man. I do not want a submissive man.
So you want a man
I
keep the door and
wanted
say,
to
"What
ask
the
you
bed
that.
girl? Get the bed there on the bed, girl."
You
I
understand what I
wanted to
mean?
ask her
Like
that. I
I
was gonna
wrap
ask
my
that.
fingers. I toy with submissive men. I get pleasure. I'm sadistic when it comes to. And that's so bad. I shouldn't even say that.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sadistic when it comes to submissive men.
Well,
I'm sadistic, and
one of my things I teach my man over here: be aware of surrounds at all time, Master Wayne. Never give a sure feeling for a killing blow.
Let me ask you something. Before my batteries run out. But tell me about Strike Force. Like you went up
oh,
against Cindy
Strikeforce, that's
Dandios.
the FSF.
Yeah.
Okay, so Strikeforce, they contacted me like probably like a couple months ago, 2, 3 months ago. They're virtual. They're a virtual fight league. So it's mostly
Okay.
virtual. So I believe they're trying. I believe they're working up to real fights. So they eventually want to house real fights. So meaning like whoever that the top voting candidate is, like whoever those two top girls or top four girls are the candidates that get chosen, eventually have to go into a match with each other and fight for the
Mhm.
prize money. You know what I mean? But they're not there yet. They're
Mhm.
they're
Oh,
they're still virtual. They're still very virtual. A lot of the things that happen on there it's virtual. So you're just voting for your favorite fighter. You're voting for
oh, it's
your
just a vote. Oh,
yeah. You're just
okay.
voting for your favorite fighter. I definitely hope that if they don't, I hope someone does. Work up to the ability of doing what they do on another scale, meaning that like what they're doing eventually I hope that they take, if any of them are listening to this right now, take what I just said and run with it, please. Like make the girls fight each other, because I'm at the point right now where um my fan base is growing, but everyone's asking when I post that stuff, everyone's asking where the fight is. Where
What?
do we go watch it?
What?
We'll put our money in it. Where do we go watch? We'll vote for you. We'll drop our cash. Let's go. And I'm looking at them like, yo, there is no place to watch this fight. This is not on pay-per-view, man.
Well,
Mm.
there's a company that it's on YouTube. It's called LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships. You ever heard of it? Well, if I'll do this later, maybe after the interview, I think this KL got your IG. I'll send you a link to the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
also they have. I mean, see, I seen a link on your IG to your YouTube channel. They also have a website, and I think it's connected to their YouTube channel. They do fights in lingerie, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
Like
been around for
lingerie
yeah.
UFC.
It's
Like
been
I
around.
literally will do lingerie in the UFC. I think it's
It's not going to happen. Knowing Dana White beater, he's not going to. Even though he for a long time he never won women in mixed
Oh
martial
yeah, I
arts.
know. The
And
UFC, honestly, I like
Mm.
I like watching it, but it upsets me how much it's just
yeah, because you just heard about Francis Ngannou.
yeah.
Yeah, they just cut him. That's what I mean. That's because
They're
he
just
was.
doing like I don't know. Like honestly, I think it's gonna take another league coming up other than the UFC for this to happen. For it to happen, that's why there's so much underground stuff. That's why there's the virtual UFC, the FSF. That's why those things are popping up because there's a very large market for it, but because of things like UFC and the Octagon, because of those things, it's hard for them to showcase what they want to showcase other than underground.
Well,
Like dark.
people are violent nature. They like blood and violence, and
They love it.
the visual stuff is not as good as the real stuff. We don't see
Yeah.
guy get knocked out or submitted, or you'll see real blood. I mean, maybe down in the future something like that movie. You remember the movie with Hugh Jackman, Real Steel, with robots and stuff.
Yes, I love Real
Yeah,
Steel.
Yeah.
and
Seen that.
That was a dope
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
But like
People,
with me, like that's why I like that's why like Absolute Miss Wrestling. Absolute Miss Wrestling is they're
Yeah.
in Toronto. Like they're still fairly new, but like he's been doing it for a little bit now, and I like fighting with them. You know why I like fighting with them? Because it's real. Like that shit. Is, everyone asks me, they're like, isn't he faking it most of the time? I'm like, nah. That man.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
I
I'm
got
sorry to
blood. Like
cut
the last fight I did, I won, but I was bloody. My knees were cut up. My arms, my elbows were ripped up. Like I busted his lip. I literally busted his lip. Like we fight. Like
Yeah.
if you guys know Bianca, like yeah, some of her stuff that she does is gimmicks or skits and stuff.
Yeah.
But Bianca fucks people up. Like you
Yeah.
can tell Bianca no, and Bianca will be like,
Got a
no.
video of a.
yeah.
I got a video. I got a video of her on Fight Pulse. I don't know if you ever heard of that. She's in Fight Pulse. Like she fights. She was fighting this guy named Christian. She was beating the ish out of him, man. It was
Yeah,
like wow.
She's
Sitting on his
insane.
face and stuff like that. Then
Yeah, like
I mean,
honestly, I would do content like that. Like what Bianca does, I love Bianca. Like the first time
Yeah.
I met her, I was like, "You are the truth.
Yeah.
You you're petite, but I rule the day the wrong guy decides to fuck with you. I like you're gonna fuck them up.
I think the hard part about men's our pride will like if we can't our pride is like we cannot lose to no woman. It's like that movie with Bruce Willis. I want to be the last
It's
man
true.
standing.
Yeah, I know. I've had that. Like I saw a client. I had a session the other day with a client like that. Like pissed that he lost. So pissed, but happy that he got a good. It was so weird. He's like, I'm so excited. Like this was amazing, but I'm so pissed that I lost.
Yeah, I hate that to put a girl in the rock bottom and like like or put a Stone Cold Stunner and say I feel bad afterwards. But
oh no, like yeah, I've had like he tried that with me. Like I might be small. I'm 5'3". I'm 150 pounds. Probably less now. I haven't weighed myself since I started to cut. But I'm a brick house. I'm very hard. Like I'm very solid, and my stance is very strong. So this guy tried to do that. He tried to do the I'm a bear hug you and try to throw you. And I literally I wrapped my one leg around his leg. I literally put one leg in between his leg, wrapped it around it, and I said, "Try me. You go down, I go down too."
Mm-hmm. I'm more like the kingpin. That's a big dude. That's hard to beat the kingpin. I'm like 400. I'm 5'7".
Oh shit! Yeah, see, that's different. Like
Yeah,
I would be like a baby, a little teddy bear.
yeah. I'd be like, I petted her like a little rabbit, and I call her George. Oh, I broke her. I broke my little
What is his
rabbit.
name? What would his name? What is his name?
Who?
It starts with a Y. Yabo. He's a
Fresh Flintstone.
no, not Yabba Dabba
You
Doo.
said Fred Flintstone.
What's you say? You say
No,
Yaba. You say
he was a kickboxer or like
Bob Sapp.
optimal boxer, and he was big. He was like 600 pounds, the black guy. And his name is
No,
Yabora.
not Butterbean. Butterbean wasn't.
Yabora?
Was
Is
it
it Yabora?
Butterbean? I don't remember. No, there was a.
And it was Japan. You know how Japan has the mixed
Was it
height?
sumo wrestler or kickboxer?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Was you sumo wrestler or you a kickboxer?
He looked like a sumo wrestler. He looked like a sumo wrestler, but he did boxing. He did kickboxing for a little bit in Japan.
Well, I never heard of him. Like I said, I don't.
Yabora,
I know. Yeah,
let me see if I can
yeah.
find it.
Like I said, I grew up more of a boxing fan, but I really got in UFC later on. One of my favorite boxers back in the day. He called MMA gay sex. That's Bernard Hopkins. I mean, B Hop when he started calling it, made the comments about it because there's a lot of that holding, hugging, and a lot of those boxers don't like it. And B Hop, Bernard Hopkins, he called it gay sex. So yeah, but he changed his mind about it because it's really. I mean, there's James Toney. He went for a win a little bit, but he lost. He went back to boxing. We talked about earlier. We say about how boxers came over there because the thing is striking and everything is different, and you got to learn to kick.
Yeah,
Remember?
see, his name was Yaboro. Yaboro. He was 600 plus pounds, and he fought in the UFC, and it was like in Japan.
Oh yeah, big. Oh yeah,
Come on, Yaboro.
That was back the day before. That was
You
back
guys
the day
have to
before.
know Yabora. He was
Yeah.
big. He was like 600 plus.
But he did lose a few times because the fact was
Yeah,
back
because he's slow. He was slow, and if they got him to the ground, it was hard for him to get back up.
yeah.
But they knew his advantage. It was very easy to learn what to do with Yabora. Tire him the fuck out, piss him off, getting him tired, because he doesn't want to move. If you get him down to the floor, he's gonna fall on you, because if he falls on you, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, that was back in the day when it was before they put in when the Gracie family had it, and before they put it in the weight classes because they
Yeah,
changed the
that's
rules.
before they had weight classes. That's like
Yeah.
he used to fight like he fought like Picasso. Picasso was like 169 pounds.
Yeah.
Those like if I fight, I don't see myself fighting someone that's like 300 pounds.
Well, I think.
Well,
I think we might have to end this because Kay was having issues with his phone. So
yeah.
But if you're ever interested, check out my page. I'm Always George page. And you ever want to feel like, because I've done interviews with wrestlers, MMA fighters. If you want to come on, I mean, Kev brought me on to see if I can, maybe just listen to your story, and just give my thoughts on it. Because you know what, he's a great guy. He's doing some good work here. I support the brother. He's been around here longer than I am. I'm still growing. He's my big brother. I look up to him.
Who, me?
Awesome.
Yeah, you. You got more subscribers than I do, brother. I'm still growing.
Yeah, but the thing is, they be shitting on me, man. After a while, they be like, don't get it twisted, man. Like they be shitting me on the other channel. Clyde, don't go against nature, man. Because I be having like 38 views, and then it's like 5 or 2.
Well, this thing is, don't do it for their pleasure. Do it for your pleasure. Like I said. You're right. He hates this. What I talk about. One of my favorite movies is the whole Batman Dark Knight trilogy, and one of my favorite comments is when Thomas Wayne says to his son, Bruce, why do we fall? Because we learn to pick ourselves up.
Yep.
And we have to learn to pick ourselves up. And you can never be discouraged by other people. You have to do this for yourself.
Do it for yourself. That was my problem. Like, I think I posted something like I did a post today on Instagram about that. I posted it's just what the post said is just like from when I was growing up, like my whole agenda was pleasing people. I'm not even joking. Like I didn't want no one to be upset with me. I didn't want anyone to be angry. I wanted everyone to be happy. So like anything I could do, if I had to put myself down here so that they could feel up here, I would do it. This for the last few years. when I say I'm just like I can no longer do that. I can no longer be the stepping stone that everyone used to step on. And then when it's time for me to get up, I'm still down here because no one's there for me to help me get up.
Yeah.
So I said, nah, this year it's no whole bars. Whatever I say I'm doing, I'm doing. If it's boxing, I'm gonna do it. If I get knocked out, I get knocked out. I learn from the knockout.
Right.
Feel me?
It's just it's tough sometimes with the YouTube. It's like, I've been probably doing it since 2013, and it's like, like my first YouTube channel, it was canceled. I mean, it was deleted. People had like mixed wrestling and all that crazy stuff. It was to an extreme, and they so I did like the second one, Cloud Don't Go Against Nature. It's like more of, I try to kind of like, it took me a while to get 1,000. It maybe like took me like 3 years or 5
Have you
years.
like ever thought of going on like loyal fans?
Loyal fans?
Yeah. So like
Mm, I'm not. Yeah.
FSF. Okay, loyal fans honestly is it's like OnlyFans, but it's not. It's better.
Right.
It's way better. Like you can get an endorsement with loyal fans as a broadcaster that you are. Like what you're doing right now, you could be
Right.
doing on there with thousands of views, with more fans, with because that's what it's for. Like your niche over there will be your niche over there. Whereas YouTube, there's too much. It's a
Yeah.
saturated market. Do you understand?
Right.
You have to find something, an avenue where you fit into. YouTube is not for everyone. That's why I never went crazy on YouTube. Right now,
Right.
you'll see me this year post on YouTube, but it's gonna be all YouTube shorts, TikTok. You know the influencer shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to my scissoring, my boxing, my grappling, that's all on loyal fans, not only fans, because OnlyFans has a lot of restrictions.
What? OnlyFans have restrictions?
They have restrictions. Y'all don't
What?
even
Mm.
realize they have a
This
lot of
is-
restrictions.
that's
Mm.
Like
that's funny because I know like one thing. Also, OnlyFans they charge you if
yeah,
Mm.
you
they
are
charge you.
because they charge you like I think it was 40% like that
Yeah,
or
well, and with loyal fans, you get 80%. You get literally 80 to 90%. You get all your most of your money. And if
Mhm.
you get like endorsements and stuff, that's all yours. Like if
Mm.
you get anything that tips everything, that's all yours. If you get somebody that
and,
gives you $300, that's your money. They don't
and
tax you off of that. And
yeah.
you can have merchandise.
Mhm.
You can make sure you can get merchandise. You can sell your merch on there. If you have merch,
Yeah.
you can show other things on there. Like, and you don't have to tag people. Okay, why I like loyal fans is because I have fans that want to do content with me. The scissoring, the face sitting, all that. I can't release that stuff on OnlyFans. I've gotten my shit taken down so many times. I just gave up on posting on there.
Mm.
That's
But
crazy
loyal
because
fans, you can post on there and tag whoever the fuck you can tag whoever you want, and they don't have to be a part of loyal fans.
yeah, because
Mm.
OnlyFans was created because when they took down Backpage,
Yeah,
and like anything that starts off with criminal intent, if you can make money off of it, decriminalize it. That's what somebody did.
yeah,
That was stupid what the government did when you shut down Backpage.
it was
You just made
dumb.
money for somebody else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's the thing. But
But like I say, check out loyal fans, and they're really nice. Like honest, like you can get your stuff promoted. Like if you create a loyal fans page and you have like for example like I work with my videographer, my the person that produces my stuff now that we just
Right.
started working together. They're building my website and they got me on loyal fans. When they got me on loyal fans, I now have connection with the person that made loyal fans. So what they do is if you want to be like they have their Instagram, they will freely promote you on their Instagram freely. Whereas OnlyFans only promotes the top OnlyFans broadcasters. They do not pay attention to you if you are not bringing into their company millions of dollars.
so
They
in
don't
other
Right.
they don't
words, so no, if you're not the bottom bitch, you're not gonna pay attention to you.
yeah, they don't pay attention to. But whereas loyal fans, they pay attention to anyone that's on there trying to do their thing that has a niche that's special. If your niche is different and you're engaging, if you're not engaging with your fans, they won't share you. But
Right.
if you're someone that engages with your fans you talk, you have an audience, you post on Instagram that you shout them out, they post you. If you shout them out, you tag them, they will make sure that you get the clout that you need to get because you're doing what you're supposed to do.
We'll see. We'll
You
see.
understand? No,
We
but
can
you
talk.
definitely check
We
them
can
out.
talk behind the scenes. I mean, it's
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because like I said, because like with YouTube, it's like I said, I'm already over 1,000 subscribers. I'm like maybe a few hundred, 100,000 shy of monetizing, and because I got to do, that's why I do live. Like this afternoon, me and KL, we did a
Yeah.
live stream together, and that goes towards me getting monetized. It takes a lot. I mean, you have to do at least
Yeah.
maybe about every day if you can do a live stream, which just goes to your account numbers for monetization, and
Yeah, and
then
I've
you
never done a live on YouTube. Like I've had YouTube for so long. I used to post fitness content, then I started taking it down because I realized like I didn't know how to work YouTube. Like
yeah
no one,
Mm.
no, I had like four subscribers. No one's fucking hitting on my stuff.
yeah
It got really
Yeah.
taxing. I felt like it got really taxing because I felt like I was doing a lot of work but not getting any recognition for it, and it sucks.
yeah
It makes you feel shitty.
yeah. I
Yeah.
like your video, the one where you go in, Super Saiyan Ka me
Yeah.
ha. I used to like to watch
I
Dragon
like
Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball Z.
Yeah, I used to watch. I'm more of a Naruto fan.
I like Naruto. I
Yeah,
really like
yeah.
Naruto.
I like that when Rock Lee says, it takes that one, somebody works hard to beat somebody of natural talent,
Yeah.
Or the part
So
with
that's
Naruto
like,
it says,
with me, that's how like okay, it's weird. I feel like an anime character. I feel like that anime character that grew up in the small village with the mom and pop, and you have to go to the farm and do all this stuff. But in reality, you're like a super saint, and you're just waiting for that one person to discover you. You're waiting for that chance.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That opening to just show the world that fuck, this is me. Like this is me. I might not have been doing it from I was 6 years old, but I'm telling you, if I put in 2, 3, 4 years of hard work, I'm gonna be as good as someone that did it from they were 6 years old because that's me and I know myself.
hmm
I know myself and I know what I can do. I learn really fast. I'm a fast friggin' learner, and I
Yeah.
back down from nothing. I don't back down from nothing.
hmm
And I just want the opportunity. That's it, pretty much. I think that's the last thing I want to say is like, this year is my opportunity year. I want the opportunity to show the world that I'm not just a pretty face. I'm not just a laundry. I'm more than that.
well,
Like this
say,
girl got hands. I got hands.
yeah, well, like I say, you sure all pretty, mom, and you got some pretty legs too.
Yeah.
Damn,
She has a nice physique. I was looking
damn.
at it yesterday.
What are those cat? Those calves. Those are bulls. You got
Like
some legs. You got some wheels on you. You got those. You got those. Like like you should do like Leonidas from 300. This is Sparta. Yeah,
I look like I'm pretty okay. Like
yeah. You should be like a video game character.
I am gonna be a video game character. Just
Oh.
saying. I'm just
You ever
saying.
thought about being in movies or something like that? Try
Yeah,
out the films and stuff.
yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I'm training in the boxing because I want to get better. For like the fighting scenes. So I want to.
Yeah.
You see how they had the woman king?
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
with
see it. I didn't see the
I
woman.
see
Okay,
it.
well,
Yeah.
wow. That's what I look at myself as. Like if they do another movie like that, I want to
Right.
be able to be like I want to be able to say I can audition for that.
Or
No
you could,
problem.
or you can play one of the Dora Milaje in Black Panther 3 whenever get a new Black Panther because
Oh, like yes, I would so do
Yeah.
Black Panther.
I
I
want
would.
to ask some. I want to ask a question like before these die out and stuff. So what, like in New York, like you gonna go to New York, like what you gonna be doing with Vivi Lane and stuff like that? If you wanna,
We have a cat fight. We're gonna be doing cat fight. We're gonna be doing grappling, like straight grappling. I think might be doing some
ooh.
topless grappling. Um, we
Sorry. Sorry.
So yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna be pretty much that whole day. The 19th is gonna be BB Lane and Sugar. Like
How long you say? How long like you do that? Like how many days is it days
no,
or
so like
one
the
day?
content is usually one day. Like it depends on who I'm shooting with. Like, but content shoots are usually one day. Like there's like 4 to 7 hours of shooting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like and then you're fighting for 20 minutes, then stopping fighting another 20 minutes, or fighting. So it depends on who it's for. But sometimes
Yeah.
they're like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. But most of my fights that I do are 20 minutes. They're like they're long. They're 20 minutes
Right.
straight bars. So I don't know. This is gonna be my first time um working with VV. I'm excited. So I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I think it's just gonna be fun.
I
I know
remember,
she's a little
remember,
savage too.
yeah, I remember Bianca said that was her toughest opponent when
Yeah, because
she,
VP Lane is a black belt. Like she's straight black belt. She is a vet in it. It's not like she's a young vet. She has years on her. You know what I mean?
I
So
try to reach her, but no,
she's
go ahead.
experienced all types of fighters. She's been through jujitsu fighters, karate fighters, grapplers. Like she
Yeah.
knows her contenders and she knows how to take them down. It's not that she's small. Like when I wrestled, my hardest opponent to fight was a girl that was freaking 4'9" and she was like 120 pounds. I was like okay, and she could dummy me. Like she could flip me, even
Hmm.
though I was 170 pounds at the time. She could flip me no problem. So I don't think size means shit. Just because I'm 150 pounds and Vivi's 120 pounds doesn't mean shit. She could still school me if I allow her to.
Hmm.
what I did was, if you look into the comment section, I put in the link to YouTube LOC Combat Championships.
Yeah,
So
I don't even see the
if
comment
if
section.
uh, if you check it out, maybe if you reach out to him. I know a guy, his name is Mike Markins. He does interviews for them, and I was trying to see if you IG. I don't know if I can follow you yet, but he does interviews with them, and maybe you can maybe you can get your connection with him, and maybe he can help you maybe talk to them, because they do most of the stuff is most like in California or around Arizona, something like that. But they
Yeah,
do every so often they do travel to Sturgis. That's up in the Dakotas.
yeah.
Yeah, they do the Sturgis thing every so often.
Okay.
Because you're in Canada, and Sturgis shouldn't be too far. Dakota's not too far from where
Yeah,
you
but like
live.
I'm into traveling, so I don't mind traveling other places. Honestly, I'm trying to I'm trying to branch out from Canada because I don't feel like other than unless someone's trying to start a division there, unless I say like guess what, I'm going to start something here. All these girls, unless somebody does that right now, Canada is
You're
not
too
the place for this.
you're too nice in Canada. See nice people in Canada. Come to America, we're violent and we're angry.
And the girls are nice in Canada, but like the girls
Yeah,
are savage too. You guys just don't know
yeah,
Canadians.
yeah.
Canadians are really nice
But you're
to
like the
outdoors.
only one in Canada, though.
I'm
Like the
literally,
only
if you
one in
go,
Canada.
I'm not the only. I think I'm the only black girl.
It's like you
Not
said,
the
like
only, not the only
That
fighter, but the
Russell.
only black girl.
yeah.
Like I've never, I don't see a session girls that's black on session girls. I don't see anyone. I'm usually the first person that like I'll be like international, and my face is the first thing that you see there.
Yeah,
Canadian, Sugar
yeah,
Diamond.
yeah. You
I
you,
I
you keep
I interviewed like one chick. Her name was Sasha Steele.
Pardon?
She Russell. She's from Oklahoma. Sasha
Yeah,
Steele
I like Shasta
calls
Steel. She's
herself.
she's she's a savage
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
a real savage. Like she's a real dom. Like I'm a whip
yeah.
you and chain you up. Come here. No, she's awesome.
How do
And I
you?
think I think
Yeah,
that's
how
what
do you?
throws people off with me. Like they don't expect the pretty, the curves and all that shit, but then they see the legs and they're like, "Holy shit, you got some legs!"
it's like those old
Is
kung
that
fu movies.
like the best part of your body that you work out with? Is your legs?
My legs are my favorite part of my body, but my back is what
Oh,
I treasure. My back.
It's like those old kung fu
oh.
movies. We see the man looks like 100 years old, and he take off his gi and stuff. And he's like built like he's like Bruce Lee.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how I want to be. Like, there's some things like you guys watch the Olympia? Were you guys at the Olympia?
I, what?
Where did you guys go to the Olympia?
Oh yeah, I did. I didn't watch the live stream, but I did watch the clips in there because, like I said, do a lot of
So,
content on
so you
bodybuilding.
saw the girl from Vancouver, Lola?
From where?
The second place winner. I think she won second place or third place. Lola. She's from
Oh,
Canada.
Lola Montez. Oh, she's from Canada too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
follow those things. She got a
Lola.
yeah, she got a bad body. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
Lola,
yeah,
Lola
yeah.
used to live. Lola's from Toronto.
No, actually, Lola took third. It was Jessica Padilla Reyes that took second.
Yeah. Lola
Yeah,
took third. Yeah, third
hmm
place. So I didn't remember if she was first or second.
yeah.
But
That's Cindy
Lola,
Galen took first.
Lola. Yeah, I know who took first. I don't care that she took first. I don't even want to pay attention that she took first. I don't even pay attention. That's why I'm not even saying her name because I don't feel like she deserves it this year. Like
Well,
the fuck?
they're always gonna
You
go
don't
with the
look
person.
you don't look any different than you did the last competitions. These girls look fucking better than you. I'm so sorry,
See, the
but
thing
you won.
is,
Hell,
yeah. See, the thing is that Sydney. Yeah, I know you don't want to mention her. She has that balance. People
yeah, she
like
does. She
yeah,
does, but I don't feel like she deserves to win,
but that's the
win,
thing
win, win,
is
win. I
that's
don't. I
that's the problem
don't.
with that's the problem with bodybuilding. The criteria keeps changing. You know, you look at Andrew Shaw, beautiful woman,
Dude,
amazing physique. You know, I was talking to one of the ladies who took fifth this show. Her name Bronca. She had a better condition, better than Helen Trevino. Helen Trevino looked off. I follow Helen Trevino, and she
yeah,
looked off this year because she had an injury early this year of last year from her shoulder. She came back. She just needs to be a little drier. Bronca Djokovic from Croatia, this chick, she's only like 5 feet tall. She looked great. She looked dry. She looked great, but they gave her fifth, but she
yeah.
should have
See,
been
I don't like
third.
that. I don't like that.
She
I
should
don't
have
like.
been.
But I feel like there's a lot of politics behind it
It
in
is.
the judging. There's a lot of politics that's going on within the judging that we don't know about. That's why certain people are chosen. Do you understand? And it's not just
Hmm
who's the best. Right now, I don't feel like the Olympia is solid. It's not just who's the best. Because if it was who's the best, it wouldn't be the people that are chosen.
hmm But
That's how I feel.
it
I
is
feel like
about
there's a lot of back end that's going on, and somebody needs to come up and say, "Fuck, you guys are back
they
ending the good girls."
they're
Like,
not going to do that. They're not going to do that because what is that the old saying? They're worried about the short term money and then what the long
yeah,
term money is that
it's like
a closed mouth doesn't get
silly.
fed. You know. But like I said, if you ever interested, I would love to have you. We can probably if you want chaos, and we can talk about it after this because I know he says that we use battery. But I really love to talk to a lady like you because you're a fan of mixed martial arts, of bodybuilding.
I
That
love mixed
really,
martial arts,
yeah,
man.
that really inspires.
Do you follow the Samurai Rider on?
No,
She
never.
probably goes by her real name now on
I
Instagram.
I
But
don't never heard of her.
The
Never heard of
who?
her.
she's her name used to be the Samurai Rider, like she's a black girl from the UK, from England, from Europe, and she was
Yeah.
actually in the Woman King. She actually made it a part of the movie. Like
Oh,
um,
okay.
her thing is like her back end story is she's self-taught karate, self-taught fighter.
Yeah.
She one day got up and was just like, I don't want to look like you know how we wear the weave, black girls.
hmm
Yeah.
Do you remember Afro Samurai, the Black
Yeah.
Samurai
Actually,
cartoon?
Yeah.
yeah, I
Right.
remember the voice.
So
It was voiced by Sam Jackson.
she's the female version of him. She's the female depiction of him on
Uh-huh.
Instagram.
Oh, I know who you
You
talking
have to
about.
know who I'm
She
talking about.
wield the sword
And
and all that stuff.
she has a big ass fucking afro.
Uh-huh.
She always wears her
Yeah, I
hair.
know who you talking about. Yeah, I
And she's
know who
a
you talking
poodle.
about. I know.
Sure.
She trains with the staffs and the swords. She does night fighting.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never
I
heard of
seen
her.
that.
She's
I
the
seen her
reason why
before.
I decided to say fuck it. Like she's the reason why. One of the reasons why I decided to say, you know what? Screw it. I can do this. Why? Who's to tell me that I can't do this?
Yeah, I know.
Just because I didn't start doing this when I was 6 years old. Who's to say that?
Yeah, I know of an UFC fighter by the name Angela Hill. She's one of the few. Well, actually one of the first black women to get the UFC, and
Yeah,
she used to dress as like Afro Samurai.
yeah,
And she was one of the few women
Mm.
who like got cut by UFC, but then came back. And
yeah,
and it was a while ago. She had opportunity was about back in I think it was like 2021. She was headlining a fight between her and another fighter by the name Michelle Waterson, and she said, "I'll be the first black woman in history to headline of UFC main event, and
Yep.
people were just down talking her, but they were talking about Michelle Waterson, who is Asian, saying, "Oh, I'm the first mom," and it's like, "Oh wow, you're your mom," but still, it's always like this, especially here in America,
They
where we,
always downplay black women, and
mhm.
it's just disgusting.
Yeah, it
And the
is.
funny thing is, everything that they derive that they take from it's from black culture. The fighting, the savagery, it's all from us. They, where do you think they got MMA from? Do you think karate was really? We taught that stuff to the
Yeah, yeah.
Asians. They took it to their culture. They took it, and then they ran with it.
Well,
We, like, it's like, and
like,
but if we say that to someone that's Asian descent, what are you talking about? Black people didn't create the fuck.
like,
No, who do you think?
like,
Who do you think you guys? Who do you think the Europeans learned to fight from?
hmm
That's
like,
why they created guns.
yeah,
That's why they created guns because they
yeah,
couldn't fight us.
like the
You
Great Lake,
understand?
like the Great Lake. Paul Mooney says, everybody want to be a nigga, but they don't want to be a nigga.
Exactly. Everybody want to be a nigga, but never want to actually be one. They want what we
Yeah,
have. They want our body. They want our strength. They want our knowledge. They want everything but the color of our skin.
the white women want us.
Don't want everything. They want your dick. They want the hair. They want the friggin' the everything. They
Yeah,
want everything.
yeah.
Oh, and then another race that's really good at fighting is the Russians.
Well,
The
they're not real race. I would call them a race. That's
Not a
just
race, or
that's a
another culture,
nationality. That's a nationality. That's a culture
another
and
culture,
nationality.
nationality.
Because we're all the same race. We're all
Yeah,
humans. We're
we're all
just
humans.
never, yeah, we're all just
We're all
nationality
humans.
culture.
I like that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. We're all humans.
Right now, the Russians not in a good position because they can't even come to America.
Pardon?
Now they're not in a good position because they can't even come to
Yeah,
America because
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah. I know. The Putin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
yeah. Well,
shit happens.
yeah,
Honestly, the world is a messed up place.
yeah,
To be honest, like,
yeah. So we have the host here. What you got to say, host?
Well, y'all just going on. I mean, I mean, like,
That's the thing. You have to
I
keep a
have. How do
conversation.
you? You do a
oh
lot of
shit.
conversation. uh, I got a question, but it's a freaky question. But I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
It is
How
very
do
hard to
you?
make
How
me
do
feel
you?
uncomfortable.
Okay. How do you? Have you ever dealt with pervs and stuff like that, or
Oh, every girl deals with perverts. That's come on.
if you if a guy if you caught a guy recording on his phone, recording you on his phone, how would you handle that?
If I caught a guy recording me on his phone would be gone. What are you talking about?
Okay, I
You,
just wanted to
you,
ask.
it's like you're ratting on yourself, brother. You might be ratting on yourself. So be careful.
Yeah, his phone would be gone. I wouldn't even like
If,
honestly, like I ain't even gonna fight him. I'm taking his phone. Then he can try to fight me for his phone. I will delete what's on
Right.
this phone. You can have your phone back.
Hey, you
Yeah.
wanna like I said, if we fight, I don't understand this. You better not smell good. You better not. You better not be soft. I might, hey, I might lose some of myself, but if you really go fight, we're gonna fight. We go man to man, model to model, volume volume. I'm gonna go. Like I said, I'm a
All
Southern.
out.
I'm a country boy. I don't know about throwing no hands, but I know about some wrestling. We be wrestling.
We're gonna
Let's get the baby
wrestle.
off.
We're gonna wrestle.
We get the baby
That's what we're
off.
gonna do. We're gonna wrestle. Well, I'm
Yeah,
good at wrestling, so don't worry. I won't use my hands. We won't need hands.
you're gonna wish you good at wrestling. You wish you good at wrestling. I'm better.
You
she,
guys are awesome.
like I said, Kate Alma, she sure is party. Well, ma'am,
yeah,
I like to say, I thank you, but I gotta go out for a bit. I got things I gotta do, ma'am.
Yes.
It's good to meet you, see, ma'am.
It
I
was
hope
nice
to
to
get
meet
to
you
talk to
too.
you again.
Yeah,
And and like I said once said, ma'am, you sure is a
but
party woman. All right,
I also have to go too. I have to
all
go.
right.
I have like 18 messages right now that I gotta go reply to.
Well, brother, I'm gonna say I'm out, and you have a great rest of your day, ma'am. Good luck. I hope we can see you sometime soon.
Thank you. I hope we meet soon this year, 2023. I hope we get to actually see each other physically.
Adios and Vado con Dios.
Pardon?
And now, oh,
It's gone
okay.
now.
Oh, yeah, it's just me,
No,
but
it
oh
sounds
boy,
like
he can
your
talk.
headphones are like crackly.
Yeah, cause I gotta charge the phone. Sometimes I gotta take it out because
Yeah,
it's crackling sound and all that
yeah. Well,
stuff.
so it was really nice talking to you. And the interview, this was it was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I had to get him there because he talks more MMA fighters and bodybuilding stuff. Me, I just like I talk about bodybuilders. I'm like
Yeah,
stuff like that. I like mix and stuff, and
yeah,
like you're like one of my few ones that I've gotten. Like the rest, it's not very easy. I tried
yeah,
the big names. It's not very easy because they always busy. Like they do this
yeah.
thing where they'll tell me like I'm busy. Try next week. It's next week, the following week, or they just don't. I
Honestly,
don't get no
sometimes they just want
response.
to
So
see,
I
like,
mean,
it's weird. Humans are weird. I always say humans are weird. If another human doesn't see another human doing it before they do it, they're not going to do it.
right.
So it's not that
But
they're
I
too busy or
appreciated
not.
you.
Like, we're never too. Okay, I'm a no excuse type of person. I don't do excuses. I hate them. I'm
Right,
a personal trainer. So the number one thing I teach my clients is no excuses. I hate excuses. I'm too busy. I got no time.
right,
I don't know what to eat. I have no time to buy right food. Da, 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 da. There's a million excuses somebody can make up. A million.
right.
Other than saying, okay,
How do you
yes,
stay?
I'll do it.
How do you stay positive, like as a personal trainer?
As a personal trainer, like, I'm just honestly, like, everybody has negative days or bad days. You know what I mean? But it's how you cope with them. It's what you do to address the negative. I don't dwell on it. I don't, like, if you're a negative, like, for example, like, if you were a negative person, like, I wouldn't be meshing with you. Meaning, like, I won't pretend to like you, nor will I pretend to talk to you. I just won't talk to you because I feel like me talking to you, even for that little bit, lowers my vibration.
Right,
You understand? So I don't allow anybody to come into my sect or my circle and bring it down. And that's something I had to learn. I had to learn that. I had to learn how to do that because when I was younger, I used to be easily affected by people. Easily, I would be
right,
I cry I would cry if someone said something to me. Like, and
right,
I don't understand why am I crying? Oh, because it hurt. Whatever they said hurt me, but I'm not understanding why it hurt me. I had to learn that. Now, when people talk to me, it's really hard for someone to say something that will take me off. It's hard for me to say something,
right,
for me to get low, but like below myself. Meaning, like, I never used to share like my scissoring stuff. I never, like, before this year, I never shared that stuff because I grew up with a Christian family, Jehovah Witness family, like, very, very, like, very serious. Like, if they find out you're doing something, everyone in the family will stop talking to you. Like, everyone is judgmental. I grew up with a around judgmental church, like in a church that everyone's very judgmental. So I never felt okay. I never felt okay with sharing what I did because I felt like
right,
I was going to be judged out of my asshole about it for it. I felt like people were just going to pick me apart, And now I don't give a shit. I don't care because what I do is empowering. I'm sorry. What I do is very empowering. Some females I feel need to do this to get power or to feel what it is to be too confident because a lot of women are lacking confidence. So, like, I feel like what I do, like, this makes me feel very, very in tune with myself as a female. Like, I know that I am a female. I never ever once depict myself as a man. I never once depict myself stronger than a man. I just know that for myself as a female, I have my feminine strength, and this is how I'm gonna show what my feminine strength is, different than somebody else that might be a female that's strong in fashion or strong in makeup or strong in, you know what I mean? Because those are the
Right.
things that those are the things that were pushed to women for women.
Right.
You understand what I mean? Like
It's
those
feminine.
are the things that we were told that we should do. You're a woman. Your job is to this. You're a woman. You're good at this. That's a man's job. You shouldn't do that. Like I don't feel that. Like I feel like growing up, like I was always a warrior. I was always the
Right.
warrior kid. Like if I was in a tribe, I would be that. I would be the woman king, or I'd be one of the woman king's little whatever. I would be in the army on the woman king's army. That's how I feel. I wouldn't be the one sitting
Right.
down and cooking for her husband and having 20 kids and no, no. I'd be the general or
Right.
the general second.
I was like, I noticed like with black women, they a lot of them they like in the wrestling industry. How do you feel about that? Like
They what? Pardon? Say that again, sir.
in the wrestling the industry, like
I love W. Okay,
WWE.
I Bianca Blair, baby. I will see you soon. Bianca Blair, I will see you soon. I like WWE. I like the what's the next one? The
AWE.
AWE. I definitely would
Yeah.
literally like if if anything like the protein and them know this protein wrestling. The people I work with they know. I want to be on in the AWE. I want to be if it's not you if it's not WWE. I
Yeah.
want to be a part of the AWE. I want to be a part of that camp.
Mm.
I even put in my thing this year for WWE camp because they have their training camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like I'm
Good luck on
serious.
that.
I don't see myself doing this just underground. I see myself being a face that someone knows. Sugar Diamond, the fucking beast. Like Jody,
Yeah.
like literally, I hear my name. It's weird. I hear this. I visualize it. I hear my name. Introducing Jody, the Sugar Diamond, hailing from. Like I hear that. I hear it in my
Right.
heart. I hear it in my head. And if it doesn't, I'm going to make it happen. Like, and I don't care
Right.
who wants to not see me on there, but I'm gonna be a part of either UFC or AWE. Like, someone's gonna see me, someone's gonna recognize me, and realize that I'm meant to be on that shit.
Right. So back on your family, do they know about what you do or
Somewhat, pretty much. Like, they don't pry. That's why I like my family. Like, I like my mom and dad.
okay.
My dad doesn't care to know. That's why he don't pry because remember I just told you my dad's a real Jamaican man, real like
Yeah.
butter, like short shorts and short skirts and long nails. My dad don't do colorful hair. My dad don't do. He's not about it. Like
Okay.
so, like he allows me to. My family allows me to be me because they know I'm outside of the box. They knew I was outside of the box
Right.
from I was little. They knew I wasn't like everybody else from I was little. They knew that. But they
Right.
allow me to be me, so they don't pry. When I say I have a fight, they don't go, "Okay, what kind of fight do you have? Who you fighting today? No, my mom goes, "All right, baby, make sure you're safe. All right, do your thing. All right, don't get hurt. All right." They don't ask to see like I have some family members that ask to see my fights. You know the fights I show them? I
Yeah.
show them the absolute mixed wrestling fights. I show them those fights. I don't show them the other ones because I know they're judgmental as fuck. And I don't want to hear it because like I don't shy away when someone has an opinion to say. I will answer their opinion with my opinion. But
Right.
because it's my family, I don't want to have bad blood with certain family members. So I keep it cordial. Meaning, if they ask me what I'm doing, I give them the simplest answer possible. Now, if they go out of their way to find out what I'm doing, that's all on their own. they got to deal with the consequences, and if they don't like what they see, they can keep it. Meaning they won't come and tell me they don't like it because they know me. They know what I'm gonna say. Are you paying my bills?
Okay.
Are you taking care of my son? Do you drive my car? Are you living my life? Okay, then I don't want to hear what you have to say. Are you gonna bring up God to me? Oh no, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Would God like this? Do you even know what God is? Who God is? Where God's from? How do you know what God likes? Oh, because the Bible says so. Do you know who wrote the Bible? Do you know where the Bible stems from? All that stuff. I like to irk people. When they irk me, I irk them back. If that makes sense, because that's what they're doing. A lot of
Yeah.
people that have opinions and have a lot of things to say. In reality, they're just trying to say to lower your vibration to their vibration. That's
Right.
how I look at it. Anyone that has some really salty opinion but has nothing to back up that opinion, they're looking for you to lower. They're here to lower you down here. They don't want to see you
Right.
up here, and they realize that what you're doing is up here, and they can't do what you're doing. You understand? I have confidence. There's females that will never do what I'm doing because they lack confidence. It's not pride. Some girls will be like, "Oh, that doesn't mean you're confident doing that. Like that means you're loose, or that means you're a hoe, or that means what? Me beating the shit out of a guy means I'm a hoe because I'm wearing lingerie. Shit, nigga, what? What? Because I'm wearing lingerie, it makes me a hoe. Then you guys don't know the definition of a hoe and a whore.
How do you feel about when women looked at as sexual objects
How do I feel
in
like
this modern time?
well, we are sexual objects.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I must okay. So my strongest, like everyone has. Oh, it's choppy. Sorry. So
Nah, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say like everyone has their strengths. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, right? It just so happens that women have very strong sexual energies. It sucks that a lot of males look at sexualize us, that's all we're good at. I don't like it sometimes, but I embrace my sexuality. I embrace that I am a sexual being. I embrace that. Like before I used to be like, yo, like leave me alone. Like now I'm embrace it. I know my strengths. I know I know that I have a high sensual energy. When I walk around people, they look at me as that more than a fighter. You know, I don't care. Like now I don't care. Like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me
Right.
because with the sexual energy, like if you know how to own it, then there's no issue with it. Because all women are sexual beings. All women are sexual beings. It's just some women don't know how to express themselves properly. Some women don't know how to hone in on that. And then some women go to extreme with it, meaning they're out of control. They like sex too much. They'll sleep with anybody, do
Right.
anything with anyone, be with anyone. That's when it's kind of that's the part I don't like.
Okay.
That's the part I really don't like. But other than that, yeah, I like the fact that I have a hold on my sexual energy. I know that I'm a sexual being. I know that when I walk in a room, 90% of the people are looking at me like either they want to fuck me or kiss me. Like, yeah, like I'm
Uh,
sorry. Like I've gone to that realization. I've had friends that stop being friends with me. Okay, not stop being friends. They're still friends. They're still my friend, but they no longer hang out with me like they do because of how I make them feel. Meaning,
Right.
I don't do anything to them. Meaning, I'm not mean. I don't talk. I'm not crazy. But they are so drawn to me sexually that they can't control themselves. That has nothing to do with me.
Man,
That's
let me ask you something like when you doing like the wrestling, have you ever like been attracted to somebody
I've
doing like
been attracted to
wrestling
some
like
of
now.
the. So oh yeah, I've had a couple clients I've wrestled that are like they were. I've had hockey players. I've had hockey players, soccer players from Europe. Like, and I'm just like, you are beautiful. You are handsome.
Uh,
Yeah, like we're humans. We're allowed to be attracted to people. Man.
Actually, I just asked because it's like you see all these clients, and it's a lot. I, I
But
can
that's why I
imagine.
look at it like
I just asked.
you walk down the street. Uh, you walk past millions of people every single day, right? Right? You walk by thousands of people every single day, right? You see new faces every single day, right? Out of those faces you see, there's always someone that you see that's attractive. I'm sorry, like I've gone
Right.
down the street and I've walked past people, and in my brain I'm like, God damn, they are cute. Shoot, like God did a good job with you. Like I've definitely uh, like I'll tell my client too, you are good looking. God damn, like what made you start doing this? I will ask them like, so what made you start doing this? And they'll have honest answers.
See, I think it's yeah. See, it's easy for you to do that because you're a woman, but it's like with men, we gonna get in trouble. Like if we say the wrong thing, I mean,
Of course, yeah, because you're
we
man,
could
yeah,
just say you look nice, and it's not every woman, but
yeah,
it's you
major
don't
the
know
norm.
what you're gonna
It's
get. Yeah,
Yeah, but
so it's
society, I
like
realize that it's society. It's what society puts out there, right? For eons, we've been told
right,
how. Okay, the English language is a bastardized language. I'm going to say that right now. Very bastardized. It's very one of the most bastardized language ever. So when they teach us English, they teach us do not do this. This is bad. If you're a man, don't do this. If you're a woman, don't do this. Right? That's what we're taught. What the fuck does the word don't
right.
mean? What's the word bad mean? What's the word good? In another language, do you know good means something else and bad means something else? But in the English language, we've all come to this, oh my God, this is so bad. This is, remember, I'll say this on here. I can say this on here. Do you remember maybe 15 years ago, a gay person could not even say they were gay without controversy, backlash, stereotype. We're in 2023 right now. Who runs the world? Who has more rights than a straight person? Who? Right? Things change. You just have to give it time. That's how I look at it.
Right.
Things change.
Okay.
It might be slow change, it might be a little, but things change. It just takes time. That's why I would be patient. I'll be patient because shit's gonna change. It's slowly changing already.
All right. Let me ask you another question. This, you could be a superhero. What kind of superhero would you be?
If I could be a what kind? Like what type of superhero?
Yeah. What kind of?
What do you mean by that? Like,
Yeah. What superpowers?
superhero?
What superpowers would you have? Like, would you want to be Wonder Woman? Would you want to be Supergirl? Like, because I see your IG page is superhero.
Yeah, the superhero. So I would be the Hulk.
Yeah, okay. That I wouldn't
I'm
expect
joking.
that.
I'll be Black Widow. You know who Black Widow is?
Yeah, of course I do. Black
Yes,
Widow.
that would be me. Badass fuck. Badass as badass. She's not really a superhero, and she's also not a villain. She chooses who
Right.
she is. She picks the side she wants to be on when it's right for her to be on it.
Right.
I like Black Widow.
All right.
I like
Yeah,
the typical superheroes like Storm, Mystique, Like if I had to choose them, I'd be Mystique because she could be anyone she wants, and she can use anyone's power.
Right.
But if I had to choose Black Widow, let's go.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. That's a good answer because she don't have like superpowers. She's almost like Batman in a
Yeah,
similar way.
she's a
She's
DC
really intelligent.
she's a DC character. She's very smart. She's a arsenal. She's very good with guns, knives. She's a fighter. She's very skilled fighter.
Yeah.
But that's you have to realize though, like, what is a superhero?
She's a Marvel character,
She's
but not DC.
not DC. Yeah, she's a Marvel character. Sorry, I said DC. Look.
Yeah.
But no, she's amazing. An awesome character.
I got another one, and I think that probably be what's a dangerous move for a guy to request? Face sitting or scissors?
There's like a 50-50. If you're a smaller guy, either or is bad for you. Like for me, like if a guy that's like 150, 140 pounds comes and sees me because I'm similar height size, if they're not stronger than me, I can overpower them in either one.
Right.
Well, like for any guy, it's scissors, destroy. It doesn't matter, big, small, short, tall. The scissors will get you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, scissors.
Well, I think that's it. You know, you want to tell the viewers where to catch you at, or?
Oh yes, of course. So like, if you want to catch my knockouts, my crazy knockouts, you can go to scissorsfox.com. You can also go to absolutemisswrestling.com. If you guys have a account on ManyVids, you can go to manyvids.com and type in Protein Wrestling or CJ Films. I'm also there as well. You can also catch me there. And soon you'll also be catching me on Iron Maidens as well. So that's going to be awesome.
Well, I enjoy having you.
Fans, you guys can add me, Sugar Diamond. A lot of my new content, scissor content, will be uploaded there, not on scissorfox.com, but on my personal page, Sugar Diamond at Loyal Fan.
Well, I thank you for coming. I really appreciated that.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And good luck to your endeavors.
Thank you. All
right.
It was nice being on here. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, bye guys. Thank you for watching. Guys, have a good night.